Happy Monday, guys. It is Meal Prep Monday. We're back in the kitchen getting ready for the week ahead. It's supposed to be spring-like. Hopefully, we've got a few of our spring into summer challenges with us here. A lot of you are kicking off your challenges this week, which is epic. A lot of you are still on one-on-one or just cruising along on Jeff Life, which is amazing. Obviously, you know we do these every Monday. The whole thing is about getting you in the kitchen and giving you some ideas and inspiration. And this is one of my favorites. Bagels. Everyone loves a bagel, let's be honest. And I'm going to show you a pretty quick and easy, not too complicated way of putting a few together. And they're good to go into the fridge for about 5 days and into the freezer for a couple months. They'll also stay fresh for about 3 days just on their own. 2 ingredient bagels, as easy as that. Hopefully you've, or you might have seen the flatbreads that we did, I reckon over a year ago now. That's based on the same principle. All we're doing here today is doing them with bagels. And there's nothing fussy like boiling them and then sticking them in the oven, really just making some buns out of them, getting them to the bagel shape and having something to bake. So let me know who's all here, how you guys are doing. Hopefully you're kicking the week off well. Minnie, how are you doing? Saying this looks awesome. Auntie Pat, who's definitely into day one of our challenge and smashing it already. Well done, Pat. Leslie Downs, how are you? Christina Marcos, how's it going? So keep saying how's it. I'll pop into the comments as we go. Any questions, just stick them in there as well. Tennille, how are you? Kim, how's it going? Kath is here. Beautiful. We ran out of self-raising flour. Any advice? You can just make your own. If you've got some baking powder, just use that instead. So it becomes 3 ingredients bagels. So that's fine. Zenat, how's it? Kathleen, how are you doing? Charlene, beautiful. So the 2 ingredients that we've got here, self-raising flour. Now this is going to make about 6 medium-sized bagels or 4 pretty big ones if you wanted to. But 6 of them is what we're looking at doing here. I've got 1 3/4 cups of self-raising flour, 1 cup of Greek yogurt or strained yogurt or whatever. I'm going to run you through that. And it's a bit of a cheat. It's not quite 2 ingredients. You can just do it like that, but I've just got an egg. There we go. It's been beat just to give it a bit of an egg wash and get it nice and gold at the end. But 2 main ingredients. And then you can, if you want to, sprinkle it with anything. Or if you want to get something into your bagels, it's cool. I've got some sesame seeds hanging around, so I'm just going to sprinkle that over 1 or 2 of them for a bit of variety. Poppy seeds, beautiful. You could get something in there, maybe get some cinnamon and dried cranberries if you want something a little bit different. That's great. You can kind of go wild with it a little bit and flavor it up slightly, or just keep it nice and simple. If you're doing 6 of them, it's nice to maybe give a few different toppings, and then you've got something different to use as you go through them. Charlene, how are you? Sybil, how's it going? Lorraine is here as well. So that's it. Nice and easy, nice and simple. We've got the oven behind us. It's at 180 degrees. They're going to bake for 20 minutes once they're in there, and it's going to take us about 5 minutes to roll them, and it'll be good to go. So 1 3/4 cups flour into a mixing bowl. Now, on the yogurt side, if you can find Greek yogurt, it's just going to give you a slightly better texture. A normal yogurt, it makes quite a sticky dough, which is fine for like the flatbreads and things, but we want to roll something here and get it sticking together. And so if you find Greek yogurt, magic. Otherwise, make your own. And you might have seen me do this a couple of times, but you can just get good old regular yogurt, like I have here, low fat, plain yogurt, some cheesecloth. You can also just use a dish towel. You can use a coffee percolator disc thing, and you just put your yogurt in there like this. You'll see it's in there. Into the cheesecloth, and you let it strain. And if you strain it for a couple of hours, you're going to get rid of about 20% of the liquid. If you strain it for about 8 hours, you'll get rid of about half of it. And if you do it overnight, it's going to be nice and dense, sort of almost a sour cream consistency. You've made your own Greek yogurt. That's all it is. Greek yogurt is strained yogurt. And what it does is it separates that liquid called the whey. Keep that. You can put that into some smoothies or soups or stews or something like that. And you've just got a much denser source of everything else. So you don't have to have a big portion of it. You get loads of protein from it, which is great. If you choose a low-fat or fat-free yogurt, you've got nice lower energy version of some Greek yogurt, which is typically full fat. So make your own. Nice little way to kind of go about it. Gardy, it has been a while, but nice to see you. Ava, how are you? Natalie's here as well. And you can use a non-dairy yogurt for this as well. So it will work for both. If you do soy, you'll still get some protein. If you use a coconut one, it's just going to be higher fat. So just bear that in mind. So it's going to be slightly higher energy, but you can still use a dairy-free. It will work. All right, so a cup of that is joining my yogurt, my flour. That goes in there. And we're just going to mix it around with a wooden spoon just so that it comes together and it becomes sort of pliable. So we can divide it into 6 balls or 4 if you want slightly bigger bagels at the end of the day. And then we're going to roll it into kind of like a sausage shape and then form it into a ring that is a bagel. That's all the fanciness needs. Done like that. It's a pleasure, Kel. All right. And then obviously topping your bagels with whatever you like. If you joined us for our Stellenbosch workout the other day, you would have seen my Breibrookie version of smoked salmon and cottage cheese and capers, which is literally my favorite bagel. And all we did is we stuck it over the coals to make a Breibrookie version of it. I lived in London for a while and was working in a gym there. And there was a little bagel shop. And every morning I got a cinnamon bagel with peanut butter. That was my breakfast. Little pre-workout, nice little hit of carbs, which is great. So you get a good kind of balance of it. And typically bagels give you a little bit more protein. And when we're making it here with yogurt, you get the protein from that. So it's great. All right, so I've moved over to my hands now just to bring it together. So I'm just going to knead it for a minute or two. So it comes together and let the gluten form to hold it. With this, you don't get the same sort of chewy consistency that you get on a bagel that's boiled and then baked, but those just take longer. If you want to do it the traditional way, that's cool. And bagels are a great thing for a bit of meal prep because you can literally cook them and then stick them in the freezer and just bring them out, thaw them the day before for whatever you need. So instead of kind of doing a wrap, which is so done, you can just get your bagels out. All right. Just a little bit of flour on hand, just so you don't want it too sticky. And depending on the liquid content of your yogurt and the type of flour that you're using, they're all a little bit different. You just want something that's not going to stick too much. Okay, so if you just need to sprinkle a little bit, when we get it out onto the board here, we'll make sure that it's all good. Okay, so let's just flour the board so it doesn't stick. And we're just going to bring it together and then get it into 6 balls so that they're all about the same size. And it's obviously going to make our 6 bagels. The president is here, Edgar. Waiting for you to come to Cape Town, man. There are a couple of flats that need to be filled around here. All this in and out means we then don't have to ship food to you. Okay. Edgar, you must be a bagel fan. We chatted about that in the cook. The little Breibrookie session helped me get it done. All right, so we're going to get that into 6 balls, all about the same size. Okay. Don't have to be too precious. As long as they're similar size, they'll work. All right, and then let me put these over here. I think the trickiest part about this is just rolling them out. 6. Okay, so we've got 6. Renato, while watching Endgame, don't know what the rest of that was. Cool, so there's one ball. Just want to roll them together so they're all nice and ready for me. Okay. So we'll have 6 of those bad boys. There you go. Okay. Now, make sure we've got enough flour on there just so that nothing sticks. Okay, now we've got to get each one, you meant that for Edgar, into like a sausage shape. Okay, so it's just rolling it out, just like that. What I'll do for you guys, a little close up from our second camera there. Okay, so nice sort of sausage shape, roll it out, roll it out. It's got to be long enough to kind of wrap around, but the size just really depends how big it's going to be. Okay, so just keep rolling it out. And then make a little circle out of it. Pinch together the sides that you've just joined up. Okay. They're a little bit bigger, so if you go 4, you'll be able to roll on that slightly and get it. There we go. So that'll be bagel number 1. Press them down. Personally, the only downside for me for a bagel is when the gap in the middle is a little bit too big, because then everything falls out. This way I can control that and give it a slightly smaller hole. And we've got that. Cool. Bagel number 1. As easy as that. Baking tray that's floured, and I'm just going to stick them on there. Okay. So I'll just do a couple and then get them in the oven. So you don't have to see how it's all done. All 6 of them. It's going to take me a while. But that's cool. Zenats, 1 3/4 cup self-raising flour and a cup of Greek yogurt. Exactly. Answering Michelle's question. Thank you for that. Nadine, looking amazing. Can't wait to give it a try. And so easy, guys. So the same thing you can do for the flatbreads. That goes nicely with a little curry or a little bit of pulled meat, some pulled chicken or something. We all love a little bit of flatbreads. So you do this and you just flatten them out, fry them nice and quickly. Go check out that recipe. It's in the app. It's the same thing. And you just make a nice flatbread that is quick, easy. Don't need to leave it to rise. That was a good twist there if anyone was really focusing on that one. Came together beautifully. Sometimes it just comes out the fingers so nicely. Okay, bagel number 2. Then, before I roll the next few, I might as well show you what we're going to do. You don't have to do this step, but a little golden bagel is always delicious. And if you're going to top it with something, this just means that it sticks. So, a bit of egg that we've beat. Going to dust the top of our bagel with that. You can also do milk. You could do some spray oil if you want to keep it slightly tighter. Or if you don't eat eggs for any reason, you can do milk. Or if you don't do either, just a little bit of oil that you can kind of spray on top. Put in a little spray gun or spray machine, like you find it essentially the gardening center or something. Get those on. I'm going to do these guys as some sesame seeds. Okay, just sprinkle them on and they'll stick nicely. Oven's at 180. It'll take 20 minutes. If they're bigger, they might take about 22 minutes. And that's going to be it. Simple, easy. I'm not gonna make you guys wait the 20 minutes for them to cook. So I'm gonna stick them in the oven. When they're out, I'll post a pic, and it's literally as easy as that. CJ, the recipe will be on the app. It is only flour and yogurt, nice and easy. So 1 3/4 cups self-raising flour, 1 cup of yogurt. I've given a little bit of an egg wash on top and sprinkle of whatever you feel like. And as simple as that, but I will stick it up for you. The nutritional value per bagel, exactly 1 bagel is 2 starch. So that's what you'll get out of one of these size ones. So perfect option if you only need 1 starch. You can kind of cut it in half and use it as your base for something, but you'll get 2 starch out of it. Right. There will be a little bit of added protein, but not enough for us to really account for. There's just 1 cup that gets split 6 ways, so not too much to worry about. CJ going to try making them now. Beautiful. And the ingredients we most probably got in the cupboard, which is great. So we've probably got some self-raising flour. If you don't, just make your own bit of baking powder in there, and then some yogurt. We've got it around. Get it stuck in. 180, 20 minutes, done. Do a batch of them, put the ones you don't want in the freezer, whatever you're not going to eat in the next 3 days, perhaps, and that's your meal prep done. As easy as that. I'm going to finish rolling these, stick them in the oven, and I'm going to show you what they look like at the end. Guys, simple, easy, delicious, plan, prep, get things done. It makes your life a lot easier. And join us next Monday for another crack at it. On Wednesday, we've got Jeff Cook. On Friday, we've got our Food for Thought Friday. Post your pics, post everything into Jeff Nourish, chat in there, let us know if there's anything else you want to see as well, and then we'll be back with you guys next time. Till then, cheers for now, guys.